Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing Thai work permits. We're specifically discussing this issue in the context of inspections. Now, most people, anyone that's ever dealt with a B visa in a prolonged context here in Thailand, you're probably, if you haven't been inspected, you've heard of people being inspected. Mostly this happens in the context of Thai immigration. But here recently, we have started seeing inspections from the Labor Department as well. And keep in mind, Labor Ministry issues Thai work permits. This seems to be of increasing concern, especially in a newer work permit context. Although we have seen or we've discussed with certain officers that, yeah, they're looking at dealing with inspections or having inspections on a more broad basis. But what does this mean as a practical matter? Well, a couple of things, and I go into some background. So last year, I believe it was 2020, at least here in Bangkok, the regime for dealing with labor, or I should say work permit issuance, was all centralized. It was all dealt with. It was down at Ding Dang, or I should say Din Dang. It was all down at Din Dang, and it was all in one office, and they basically dealt with the entire metro area out of that one office. Now, that's a lot of ground to cover. In the past, let's call it 18 months, they have promulgated policy which has created employment offices in districts, sort of labor department districts throughout the city. And we've done a number of videos on this channel even delineating the different jurisdictions associated with those employment offices. But it would appear that they're sort of taking a more direct, hands-on, grassroots approach to dealing with labor ministry protocols. And part and parcel of this, or I should say maybe the upshot of this change in policy, is that they are being more active, at least in certain districts, with having these inspections. And we've seen a number of them. Now, understand, if everything's in order with respect to one's company and one's work permit and visa, this shouldn't be a big deal. But that said, it is kind of the cause of consternation for foreigners here in Thailand. For this reason, if you're concerned about a work permit or a labor ministry inspection, maybe a good idea to contact a legal professional, gain some insight and guidance into how best to deal with one's work permit, or if you are currently coming under inspection, may not be a terrible idea to contact the same type of professional in order to deal with or be represented by competent counsel who deals with Labor Department on a regular basis.